Glovebox Live's Nick John interviews Elles Bailey and Tamara Stewart.
Here's my life, no straight tracks, wasted dreams, never last. But I got my ooze, I got my ass, and I'll strut along this tightrope, ain't no turning back.
So welcome to the Glovebox audience again. We're with Elles Bailey and Tamara Stewart.
How are you, mate?
Fat Lil's Whitney.
Yeah.
Good gig in process. So you're on the Road I Call Home tour
Yes,
at the
that's
moment,
right.
Els. So how's it been so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I've been reflecting on it. I sent a mail shot out to my fan base today, and it gave me a little chance to just sort of think about the tour, and we've had 6 sellouts, I think, and it's been sometimes I feel like I've almost bitten off more than I can chew. It's 38 dates, there's thousands
That's a long
of tickets
tour.
to
Is it?
sell,
Yeah.
you know, and it really is the biggest tour I've ever done. I've managed to get away with touring all the time, but been
Brilliant.
absolutely overwhelmed by the audience support. So
And Tamara, you've joined the tour
Yes.
today, I understand.
Yes, I've joined. I've a couple of days ago I flew in from the US. Although I'm Australian, I live in Nashville. So yeah, I've flown in and I'm excited. I mean, this is our first night tonight, so it's all about to be revealed whether whether I'm ready to rock and roll. But it's been a while since I've been in front of UK audiences, so I'm just excited to be back.
And how many dates are you doing on the tour?
I think I'm doing about 5 or 6. I'm here till the end of the month, and I've got a few other things going on. But I'm as I say, I'm really just kind of here to showcase what I'm doing now and reconnect with UK audiences and see if there's a place for me to come back with a full album next year.
Talking of Nashville,
yeah,
you've just done 3 dates in Nashville. How were they?
they were amazing. What's great is I did a show at the Listening Room on my last date there, which is where I first met Tamara, and you came and watched, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then the next day or the day after, we did a Mad Music Monday, which is a Facebook Live thing that I do every week, and I introduced my wonderful fans to Tamara's music to help promote the tour, and then we wrote a song which we're now going to play tonight together, which is very exciting.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
excited to have you sing it with me.
I'm
'cause it's,
excited. The band sounds incredible too. The band is you guys just sound amazing. I just got to hear sound check, and it's going to be rocking out there tonight. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very,
So
very
it's a bit of
cool.
an exclusive for Whitney then.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Definitely.
I don't often say that.
Yeah, and it's an exclusive for us as well, because we've not really rehearsed it, but we will. We're
We
getting
will.
it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Little girl lost in the street, the stones thrown don't fall at her feet. She's bruised, battered, broken and torn, a rose of blooms from a bed of thorns.
I was just going to say Tamara is an awesome songwriter. When we first met, like, the stories that you hear in her songs just blew me away, and we've now written 2 songs together, and just watching you work is quite inspirational.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah, so I just wanted to, there is a reason why she's working as a songwriter in Nashville, because she's absolutely brilliant at it.
Do you write for a band, or do you write to perform solo?
Well, I write for my own thing, but also, in Nashville, it's a 9 to 5, 7 day a week kind of thing. So we go in and just write, and then publishers will pitch songs, or maybe I'll be in a room with an artist, for example, like Els, or sometimes artists come from Australia too, and I love just helping somebody else tell their story. That's my passion. That's what I love to do. I love to find their truth and help them write it, and as Elle says, I've done that quite fearlessly with my own story on this new album. So it's just something I like to do. I mean, I just love getting with artists and helping them find their words and their voice.
Well, exactly that. I remember when we first sat down, and we sort of came with a totally blank page. We didn't have any ideas, so we just sat and had a conversation.
We didn't really know each other.
Yeah, we didn't know each other at all. And And in the end, we delved really deep into stuff that I didn't even know I wanted to talk about. So then that's exactly
my
right.
favourite thing.
And it's really honest,
In a year's time, you're going to go, oh no.
No, because it's really.
I told her that.
No, because it was good side. I think it brought out something that as a songwriter I probably wouldn't have come up with. So we talked about.
Well,
that
everybody's
story.
different from that perspective, aren't
Yeah.
they? The way you write lyrics and things like that, they are different.
And I just think it was a topic that I probably wouldn't have written about, but it's so sort of truthful to me.
I was just wondering whether you wrote with the band in mind, or write with the band. So I didn't know whether you wrote a song and then present it to the band, or whether you say, hey, I've got an idea here and a bit of a melody, and then the guys all work with that. And I wondered
Usually
if
I
that
present
was
them
different
with
for you than from Tamara. You know.
I usually would come with a pretty full song and then just let the boys do their thing to make it sound, as good as they make it. Like that's what we just did with our song "Women Like Me," and it's had a little bit of a journey already. But how it's come up now is really cool. It's got a proper swagger and that's what the boys have brought. But Joe is also a co-writer on it as well. So
That's right. Yeah.
he was quite strict in getting the boys with what he wanted in the sort of musical arrangement. So.
Who on the blues?
How important do you both find social media now? Because I come from a world where, when I was in a band, we didn't have anything like that. We were posting cassette tapes, and that was about it. So, but how do you
I
find?
remember those days.
Yeah, you don't remember as much as I do.
I don't know.
You've got Mad Music Monday,
Yeah.
which I saw.
Yeah, or
and,
Tasty Tunes Tuesday.
yeah,
I had a
yeah.
bad Monday. Do you know what?
You have to keep on top of it the whole time. It's just...
It's a full-time job, I think, social media. I do Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Keep the website up to date.
Yeah, keep the website and you can't not. I'd love for there to be an artist that comes out of nowhere with no social media, with nothing but it just doesn't.
Part of the business model now.
That's exactly right, and knowing how to work it is so important, because when it comes to selling tickets, so much is based around social media. I'd never say to an artist to not have a website and not have a mailing list, because those two things you control. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're controlled by the big corporations and they could change how they do it any second. But I just applied for a grant for this tour, which I got, and in it I put an advertising budget, and all of that budget is going towards Facebook marketing. And it works.
So powerful. And it's such an incredible thing with the link between, like when you were saying when we started about your mail out directly to your fans, like it just takes out, when you're dealing with record companies, it puts the power back into on a positive perspective. I'm not really a social media fan. Like I'm, I think I get a bit consumed by it. But from a business perspective, it's just so powerful to be able to have that one-on-one with fans and audience members that are all over the world. I mean, I've been getting emails from people that saw me last time I was in the UK many, many years ago that know only through social media that I'm coming back. I mean, it's really quite remarkable. However, it is very time consuming and it's very competitive too.
Yeah, it's something that I think is so different, and as you say, you almost have to have another skill set there, don't you, to keep on top of it.
Yeah.
I think you need, if you want to be an artist in today's climate and oversaturated climate, you need to be the best musician you can be, and you need to be the hardest working person you can be, because you live and breathe it. You need to know how to be an accountant, you need to know how to manage a band, you need to know how to tour manage, you need to know how to manage social media, how to book your own gigs. Like it is, and I've said for years, I want a manager, I want an agent, I want an agent. But you get to the point when suddenly these people come and you're like, I wasn't ready for it then. I had no idea. And I had to do it all myself to then let the people come in and take the weight off me.
And that's assuming you get a good one.
Yeah, well, exactly. I've had the ones that don't work as well. So. And as soon as you have that, you're like, I don't want a manager anymore. I didn't just say that. You can edit that.
No, I can't. What were your primary influences? Who did you love listening to growing up?
So a bit of a mishmash, really, which is probably what comes out in my music. But my dad listened to loads of blues and rock and roll. He was in a rock and roll band, so like Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee, lots of like old soul and.
I had you down in the blues scene.
Yeah.
That's where I noticed your name first.
Yeah.
And
But the blues scene have been amazing to me. They've really, even though I think there is blues in my music, but it's not blues. They have been really wonderful at sort of championing me, which I'm eternally grateful. And I listen to all the blues greats and country stuff as well. I love Nitty Gritty Dirt Bands and the band, but I'm also a product of. I was born in the late 80s and the early 90s, so the first CD I've had was the Spice Girls and that type of stuff. So I'm very much a product of the 90s as well, so I listened to a lot of that, and it took me a long time to come back from the pop sort of rock thing back to blues. I was in my 20s.
I think you always have a soft spot for the music you grew up with. It
Yeah,
always
exactly.
has that pull, doesn't it? No matter 7 or 70, it has that pull for you.
It's a nostalgia
emotionally.
thing.
Yeah. How about you, Tamara? What do you?
I mean, I come from a little country town in Australia, and growing up, I was at mercy of Mum and Dad's record collection too.
Of course,
so it was kind of Kenny Rogers and Dr. Hook. Big Dr. Hook fans in my household. But music came through really early for me. So I was about 7 or 8, and I was into Dolly Parton and Mel Haggard and real traditional country. But it's funny, like even going back then, there's nobody musical in my family, and I'm the youngest of 3 girls. And I came through, and even from as young as 8, I remember stopping the record and writing down the lyrics. Like I was just obsessed with understanding what they were saying and how they were saying it and rhyme schemes and stuff. I mean, I'm sure I came out a songwriter. I would, pull the record up and write the lyrics down in my little lyric book. But I was 10 before I started, writing my own songs or whatever. But
10. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it was bad. No, they were bad.
I was old. Yeah. Those 2 years.
My career was over by the time I was 10. No, they were terrible
I was 13,
songs.
so you got 3 years on me.
But I mean, when I started playing guitar and singing, it was Linda Ronstadt and the Judds and, Janie Fricke and all of that kind of young country stuff. Rock and roll stuff too, but I mean, an eclectic mix. I had a Boy George poster on my wall. I mean, we could kind of cover all sorts of things, but artists like James Taylor and Carole King are the ones that stuck for me.
Yeah, so they're sort of classic American artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
It's
classic songwriters as well, isn't it? Carole King and
it was always about the song.
I just saw James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt in
incredible.
Cardiff. Yeah, it was James Taylor. He's amazing. His songs are amazing. His band, obviously, incredible. But Bonnie stole the show for me.
Yeah,
that woman just.
Well, you've done a cover of John Prine's Angel of Montgomery, which she did, didn't she?
Yeah, which is
she maybe still does. I don't know.
Yeah, well, she did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it just blew my mind, and that's the version that people know. People know the Bonnie Raitt version more than the John Prine.
I've got that original record actually.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
She's just
remarkable. She's an incredible singer. And guitar
player. And obviously guitar, but just watching her.
Well, she's someone again who's crossed that boundary from blues into country, and she just inhabits that area between the two, and she's equally comfortably, isn't she, between the two?
And in pop as well.
Yeah.
She sits. You could listen. Oh yeah, and she. Sorry, James. She won it for me.
See, I'm crazy mad on James Taylor, and once again, it's from that songwriting perspective, But yeah, Bonnie Raitt. That would have been a show to see.
Yeah, it was.
Incredible.
2 amazing bands. I think with James Taylor, what I love about him is he writes incredible music and pop music as well, but it's not predictable.
Yeah.
And that's the same with Carole King. The choruses they do aren't where you'd expect them to go, and stuff like that. And I think that's.
Do you think that goes right back to the Brill Building and the Goffin King stuff going, but way back there? Do you think the way they write songs,
just so incredible,
or the use
that
of
whole
different
era.
chords and
Really unusual
structuring?
Yeah, I just recently saw Beautiful in Melbourne. Actually, they've got the musical of Carole King's up until the Tapestry album, and I mean, just to see the music that was around that stuff that was being created, like it really was incredibly unique for even where it came out of.
Yeah,
it's just, they're the masters as far as I'm concerned. Writing songs that, it's such a disposable music's such a disposable industry now, that those songs that can last 50
well, that's it,
years.
isn't it? When you watch the X Factor or whatever, and they're performing, so they're classic songs.
Yes, exactly.
And there's a reason
they're
using those songwriters.
Absolutely, and they stood the test of time.
Absolutely.
It's funny,
all power to the songwriter then.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the show tonight.
Me too.
Me too.
Hey, and the song. The song.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just gonna rehearse it.
Yeah, we probably should run it a couple of times, I think. But it'll be fun.
Tamara, Elles, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
That was a broadcast production by Glovebox Live.uk.
Scream.